It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Carl, could you touched on this a little bit. Could you just talk about how it goes against every grain in your body to not want to mash the throttle down and how nerve-wracking that is trying to save fuel and exactly what you do to do that. And Jack, while we got you, could you talk about Jamie McMurray's run tonight?
Yeah, it's strange because, when I put the fire suit on and get in the race car and we're racing, you go as hard as you possibly can. Everything in me is trying to figure out how to go faster all the time. So it sounds kind of silly to say or whatever, but it really is difficult to figure out how to slow down sometimes. And Bob was yelling my lap times out on the radio, and it's like I needed him to just explicitly say, Carl, you are going too fast. You need to slow down. Because he would say, that's a 32.40. You got a 12-second lead. And I'm thinking, okay, you sure you want me to go slower? Like, you sure? I needed, someone to, write it on a card and stick it in front of me because it shouldn't be that hard. I'm sure looking from the outside, they're up there screaming, why is he still going so fast? But it really is kind of difficult at the end of a race like that, especially, because I just want to know. It's like I need a little extra, I need to be sure. So it is hard. I just was worried that they were, missing a car or something. Second place can't be 12 seconds back. There must be some other car that maybe it's not showing up on the scoreboard. You just start thinking all these things, and it's tough.
You got anything to say about that, Bob?
Carl's always been hard to slow down.
Yeah. On Jamie McMurray, Jamie is a good race car driver. He's had not the result that we'd hoped this year, and certainly isn't in points where we hoped he would be. But he's been running really well in the last handful of races. He's definitely got some energy and some momentum going. And what I thought was going to happen when I realized that I thought Jamie was going to win a race with 20 laps to go. And Carl was going to have the benefit of gaining some points, but I didn't think we'd be sitting here with Carl. I thought we'd be sitting here with Jamie tonight. But Jamie he'll get a win soon. We've got a plan to make his team we think stronger for next year, and so we're really excited about going forward with Crown Royal and making that work to everybody's satisfaction. But he certainly missed a chance to win a race tonight. But everybody knows he was there. That's the main thing.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin Kilgore, Dallas Blog. Carl, in the very short history of this race, the driver who's won the week before at Atlanta has followed up to win here at Texas. You've done it twice. Any speculation on why that is? And with the schedule getting shuffled up next year, do you think that this phenomenon will continue?
I don't know. I don't know exactly, other than the tracks are similar, They sure don't drive the same, because of the tires, but they are similar, and it's probably mostly chance, But generally, a car that's, when they're back to back like that, there's not much time for things to develop or, things to change from the setups. It's not like they're 3 months apart. What works last week will generally work the next week, but not much longer than that. So I guess it's probably a combination of that and luck. If things would have gone any other way tonight, we wouldn't have won, and that streak wouldn't have worked out. But it has.
But Carl and Bob had really good performance here as they did at Atlanta, and you'd look at that, and before last year, you'd say, well, you turned your car around because you had that magic car. But the fact is that this was two different cars that had pretty much the same performance result, and in terms of the way they handle in practice and the rest of it. And that's a credit to NASCAR for keeping the rules tight and not letting the crew chiefs go off and do silly things to cars that would make some of them faster than others.
Tim?
You should be in the meetings on Tuesday.
I play with cars plenty. I like to make them as fast as I can make them, but no, the cars have come a long way, and we have great body hangers, great finish fab, great engine department, great chassis department that are building us a lot of race cars that can go really fast. So we're lucky right now.
Tim.
Tim Kalishaw, Dallas Morning News. Jack, your drivers have won 7 of the 16 races here at Texas, and tonight all 5 guys were in the top 12. What do you feel like accounts for your special success here?
Well, you know, I spent 17 years with Mark Martin, and he was, to my way of thinking, he was an early king of, and my time at least, for 1.5 mile racetracks. He just loved to get in a lot of grip, a racetrack with a lot of grip, and stand on the gas if it had if it was slippery and worn out as the racetracks get, and you had to drive it loose on the edge of destruction. He would do that, and so he set up a standard for the way the bodies are hung. He set up a standard for the performance that we expect from all of us that we really I think that we benefit from. But if we hadn't had somebody that was as good as Mark, and of course the thing that Mark would have done in a decade ago, if somebody was a little bit messed up on their setup or the car wasn't working right, he'd bring his handful of rags down and put down. A driver had no worse. One of the worst things a driver could see was Mark Martin come down the pit lane with a handful of rags, because he was going to drive the wheels off your car and make you look bad. But you know, Mark really did a lot to help me create an expectation that I've passed on to Bob and everybody else over what we need to be doing at these racetracks. So we expect to go to 1.5 mile racetracks that are fast and scary and run like hell, and the guys keep that alive.
Question in the back.
Carl, Mark Beach from Sports Illustrated. I was wondering if you had any thoughts. People spent this week trying to give the championship to Jimmy Johnson and saying that it was over and complaining the chase was boring. And in so many ways, like with the points, and you've had these high highs and these low lows during the chase. You've kind of been the one making it interesting. Do you have any thoughts on, like, have you learned anything about yourself or about racing in this series and this championship?
I didn't read much this week. I spent most of my week in the woods, in Missouri, hunting, and I think that's been good for me. So what I've learned, and I'm still learning, is just how to compete the best I can, and the bottom line, you know, at the end of all of it is generally just keep your head up and keep going as hard as you can, and you'll get whatever you deserve. So, you know, for me, I just enjoy the competition. It really is, you know, like Jack just brought up a minute ago, it's neat to race under a rules package where everyone's so close, and it's, I mean, you know, every dirt racer around the country wishes that they could run at tracks like this with cars that are this close and guys that are this good at racing. So I try to get a little bit of enjoyment out of it, and I really do. I do like it. I hope we keep making it exciting. You know, I hope the next 2 races are real exciting, and I hope it's good for us. You know, but I don't exactly know what your question was, but it really doesn't matter because I probably won't read the article because I'll be in the woods. Up in my tree stand, thinking about anything but Jimmy Johnson. Thank you.
Follow-up question?
And I call it hunting, but it's mostly just watching because I'm terrible.
Sleeping, more like it.
I try not to fall asleep in the tree stand. That's bad.
Carl, Eric Mark here from Live One.
Yeah.
So those are your plans next week, in between now and Phoenix, to go hunting,
There's a couple
relaxing?
things I really want to do. Is fly that airplane that I flew a little bit last week. That was really fun. Go hunting a little bit and spend some time with my fiance. So that's Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday we go to Las Vegas for Discount Tire and do an appearance, and then we'll be in Phoenix on Wednesday night. That's my plan. Unless Jack calls me up and tells me I need to be in the meeting, but you never know.
I'm going to miss the meeting this week too, so somebody's going to have to carry on for me. We're going to the SEMA show and do
You'll
some
be out in
sponsor
Vegas?
things. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you there.
Some shows.
Claire?
An aside question. Do you still have that Kid's Courage necklace? Are
Yeah,
you still
I'm
wearing it?
Dalton's necklace right now. And yeah, Dalton here gave me this necklace to wear, you know, last week, and it works so well. That big ring's bouncing off everything. It worked so well, and he enjoyed it, so he said I could wear it these last 3 races, and it's very cool.